Good day, everyone. My name is Elaine Armoran, and I am 24 years old, an applicant of Santa Ana National High School for secondary as a secondary school teacher for English. I graduated from University of Southeastern Philippines with a degree of Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. I got my license, or I have been a licensed professional teacher since March 2016, and it has been 4 years, uh, 4 fruitful years that I have been in this industry. With those 4 years, I can say that I am already an equipped teacher. My experiences honed me to become a better version of myself. I believe that there are a lot of challenges that help me to be a better teacher. First, I can say that one of the most common problem or challenge that a teacher could encounter when she is or he is teaching is the resources. Yes, I have been a teacher in a private school, but that doesn't mean that I have all the luxury of resources. That alone helped me to become resourceful in the midst of crisis. That alone helped me to become creative when it comes to facilitating activities for the students. All right. Another thing is that another problem, most common problem or challenge that I experienced when I was still a teacher is how I or the relationship that I have with the parents. It's not all the time that you will have parents who would understand you, your ways as a teacher, you alone as a teacher, and your ways as a teacher. So you have to let them understand that you are partners, that a teacher and a parent would work together for their students' development. That's just an honest answer, it's just very common. Another thing is that my relationship with my students. As a teacher, it has always been a daily challenge for me to maintain or get my students' attention. Technology is there. Students are always distracted. They wanted to be entertained. They want to have fun. Instead of seeing that as a problem, I have used that to become a challenge for me as a teacher. I innovate. I make sure that I deliver my lessons to my students through entertainment, I think that's the term. I make sure that they have fun while they are learning. I deliver my lessons through games. And I believe that it is very effective. I have helped my students learn and then be entertained at the same time. That is my relationship with the students. First challenge is resources, as what I have mentioned. Second is a relationship with the parents, and relationship with the students as well. And of course, there are challenges, right? And in each challenge that I encounter, there's a skill that I learn. I believe that with those 4 fruitful years, I was able to become, like what I've said earlier, a better person. I've improved my skills, communication skills, first and foremost. To be honest, I became a teacher with when I was in school, I was not very confident. But when I became a teacher, voila, I became very confident. Not for myself, but for my students. We have to be, as teachers, I learned that I have to be confident so that my students would believe me. That alone is not easy to learn. Communication skill is not easy to learn. It is a lifelong learning or a process that you have to learn as you go and do your job or the thing that you like to do. Another thing is that with all the pressures that I experience, or I always experience deadlines, everything. It's just part of being a teacher. I've learned the art of managing my time. I've learned that to work. No, I've learned to work under pressure. I learned how to manage my time. As a teacher, we have to be a manager of time. We have to learn how to manage time. That's very important. That's basic. Also, I have learned how to facilitate school activities, not just inside the classroom, okay? Not just the students, but the school itself. The principal trusted me to become a facilitator. I also become, a moderator of the school. I mean, the club of the school, a certain club in the school, and also I've learned how to train some students. I mean, that's my job. I have to train students. I need to teach them uh, how to love learning. Okay, I believe that all of those learning that I have in the past while I was in the academe, really helped me to become an equipped teacher. You should hire me because I am qualified to become one of your teachers. I am globally competitive. Experience-wise, I have been a teacher for enough time. Just that's enough to say that I would be able to manage all the tasks that this institution can give me. And also, I would like to share my life to the learners, to the young children. I would like to influence them to become a better version of themselves, because that is my goal as well. I always wanted to become a better version of myself, and that's what I wanted my students to have in their mind. I want them to have that kind of perspective. If given a chance, if you would allow, then I believe that I would be able to target your visions and your mission in your school as well. So I'm looking forward to work with you, because rest assured that this is my passion. I have the heart for the children. I have the heart for the job itself. This is not just a job for me. This is my passion. So see you around, and I would love to work with you. Thank you. All right, so good morning, everyone. Yes, I know that it is really a good morning. By the way, how are you today? Are you all okay? Did you do your assignment and the other subjects? Okay, that's great. That's good to know. Oh, by the way, Paul, stop talking and kindly pick up the paper under your chair, okay? Everyone, arrange your chairs and settle yourselves. We are going to begin our day. All right, so, by the way, Dawn, you are the secretary, right? Who's not around today? All right, that's noted. Okay, so like what I've said, I know that you are all excited for today's lesson. But hold your horses, okay? We are going to play first a game. So I know that you have played this game a lot of times already, because this is so famous, or everyone knows how to play this. So this game is called 4 Picks, 1 Word. All right, so I have here the pictures on the board, and all you have to do is just guess what word it is referring. Am I clear with the instruction? All right, so I assume that you all brought with you your illustration board and the chalk, so just prepare it, and I will just give you like 5 seconds in each picture, okay? All right, so let us begin in the first picture. Well, anyway, I assume that you don't have questions because you are so silent. Okay, so let us begin in the first picture. Look at the picture and guess what it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Maynard, what's your answer for that? Yes, very good, Maynard. You got it right. So the answer is clause. You are so smart, darling. You are so smart. You are right. So this is a clause. Well, I'm so sorry, but this is just my idea, okay? So it is a claw, and then we have Santa Claus, and sorry, we are closed sign. So it sounds alike, so it means that it is a clause. So this will serve as a review as well for us. So what do you mean with the word clause? Don, do you know what's the meaning of the word clause? Okay, that's a very honest answer, and I like that. All right, so a clause is part of a sentence, okay? And we have two different types of clauses. We have the dependent clause and independent clause. When you say independent clause, it is a sentence already, okay? When I say sentence, it is a group of words that has a complete thought, all right? So do you understand, Dawn? I want you to remember that all the time because that is very elementary or that is basic. You should know that, okay? Good. Now, going back, we also have another clause that is called dependent clause, meaning it cannot stand alone. It needs the independent clause so that it will make sense. Clear? All right, great. Now we have another picture. So I will give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Haniel, yes. I saw you. You are excited to answer this. Do you know the answer to the second picture? Oh, Haniel, that's very sad. You don't know? This is actually a period. Look at that one. It's a girl who has a period. It means stop, okay? So a period functions as a, it means that when you use a period, it means it's already a sentence. It's a full stop, okay? It has a complete thought already. So period is the most basic, or it's like the heart of all the punctuation marks because it is very important, okay? Do you understand, Haniel? All right, great. I like your voice today. All right, so we have the third picture. So I will give you like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, Lily, what is your answer to this? All right, very good, Lily. You got it right. So the answer is sentence, okay? So in the picture, you can see there a group of words like the boy walked very fast. So that is a sentence. We have a subject, all right? I want you to remember that. Ranjal, are you listening? Stop talking with your seatmate, Ranjal. You pay attention, okay? Okay, great. So let's go to the word sentence. Sentence is a group of words, like what I've told you. It is important that you have a subject. I've been discussing this a lot of times already, so I assume that you know this very well. And Ranjal, since you are not paying attention earlier, can you tell me what should be the partner of a subject? It should be a, yes, you are right. You're so smart, you're not paying attention, but you have an answer. So it should be a predicate, okay? So a predicate can be a verb or anything that adds to the subject so that your sentence will make sense. Okay, so let's go to the next one. All right, so I want you to give yourselves a round of applause, please. Yes, you did great. Most of you answered all the questions. So just a review of the first activity that we had. The words that we have there are clause, period, sentence, comma, list, phrase, and colon. So this is just a combination of all the topics that we already discussed, okay? But for today, let me just, give you an idea of what we are going to discuss or learn. It is all about punctuation, all right? So what was it again? Punctuation. Very good, children. All right. So since we are going to talk with punctuation, let me first, test your knowledge about it. Here I have 2 sentences, okay? And what you're going to do is that you will punctuate this. And the first sentence will be punctuated by Rodolfo. Yes, Rodolfo. Okay, let me know what's your answer to this. The sentence is, a woman without her man is nothing. What do you think is the answer for this? All right, so for the activity, what have you observed, actually? Okay, can you give me your thoughts? What have you observed? We can, yes, you're right, Dawn. We can punctuate the sentence according to what we wanted to say, okay? What we mean, all right? So let's say, for example, the first sentence. I can say, a woman without her man is nothing. What's the meaning of that sentence? Yeah, it's not for the girls. Not to become a feminist, you know, but I don't agree with that statement, okay? Also, it can be punctuated as this. You can erase the comma here and then put a colon. A woman without her man, no. A woman without her, there. A woman without her man is nothing. See, you have, how do you call that? The meaning has already changed. The perfect opposite. All right, let's go to the second sentence. Earlier, it doesn't have a comma, okay? So it says, let's eat grandpa. So are you going to eat your grandpa? Can you do that? Of course not, because you cannot eat people. So if you will put a comma on it, it says, let's eat, comma, and then grandpa. Meaning you are asking your grandfather to eat. And it doesn't, you know, the first sentence doesn't look and it doesn't really sound right. It's very wrong. Do you understand? All right. Okay, so we are done with the second activity, and let us go ahead and learn the different objectives for today. What are our targets, okay? Each day you have to have a goal. So these are our objectives for today. First is that you will recognize and use colon in sentences. Like what I've said, we are going to learn about colon, okay? You will learn how to use colon. Next is punctuate sentences using colon. I will ask you later to punctuate sentences using the colon, and you have to make sure that you will get it right because this is very easy. Next is you will share the importance of appropriate punctuation marks and capitalization to convey meaning. Okay, so as what you have learned in our activity, it is very important that you will punctuate the sentences right. All right, so questions about the objectives? None? Okay, I will just put it here and then assess yourself, okay, later after our class. I want you to assess yourself whether you have achieved this. All right? Okay, good. Okay, let us continue with our discussion, okay? I believe that you don't have questions with the learning objectives. So let us proceed to the discussion. I have mentioned about colons, okay? I'm not referring to your organs. No, we are not going to talk about science today. We're talking about punctuation. So it looks like this, okay? A colon looks like this. And as what you can see, I have here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures. All you have to do is that you are going to choose one picture. I will call your name, and then what you're going to do is that you will arrange the words that I have here inside the picture. And you have to make a sentence that has sense, okay? Make sure that it will make sense. Questions? All right, so Maynard, you're asking about the time. I will only give you like a minute or two. Okay, 2 minutes because I am a considerate teacher. I will give you 2 minutes to write all your answers in your board. Is that clear? Great. So the first one to choose the picture is Ranjal. Okay, Ranjal, you want to have food. Okay, so I assume that you are already hungry. Well, okay, I will give you the chance to have this one. Are you all ready? Hands up. I know, I mean ball pens up and boards up as well. All right, so here are the words that you have to arrange. starts now. So the words are dishes, love, I love, grilled chicken, sinigang, and curry chicken, the following. Time is up. Boards up, please. Okay, I can see that you all tried. And Rodolfo got the correct answer. Rodolfo, kindly stand and show to the class your answer. Okay, so this is how you are going to answer this, okay? So you will say, Rodolfo, can you read your answer? All right, very good. I assume that Rodolfo read a lot already because he knows this. So, given that example, all right, what have you observed with it? You have there a list of items. So that's the first function of a colon. Okay, hold on. Colons are used to introduce an item or series of items. So we are talking about food. We mentioned different foods: adobo, grilled chicken, sinigang, curry chicken. Those are all foods. So meaning it is a series of items. So that's one function of colon, okay? But one rule to remember when we do this: do not use a colon after a verb. Always remember that you will use a noun. So what I mean when I say verb, words such as are, is, those words, you will not use a colon after those words, okay? Okay, great. Questions about this? None? Okay, let's have another picture. So just a quick review of what you have learned today. These are the different uses rather of a colon. First, it is used between the chapter and a verse of a Bible reference. Second, it is used to add another clause that is used a continuation or explanation of the one before it, just like what you did earlier. Second, it is used to write the title of a piece of work followed by its subtitle. Of course, it's a movie. So another as well, it is used to introduce a quotation, okay? If you are quoting someone, you will use colon, and then you will use quotation marks since you are saying something that they said. So it is an direct speech. Another, it is used to introduce an item, just like what we did earlier for the food. Another, it is used to it is used after the greeting of a letter rather than a comma. So like what I have told you, if it is a formal letter, use colon. Okay, if it's informal, you use comma. Am I clear with that? Okay, questions, clarifications, or violent reactions? None? All right, very good. So since you don't have a question, let us go ahead and answer the questions that I've prepared. Are you ready? So you have already submitted all the papers for the first activity where you filled the missing columns. So I suppose that most of you will get perfect score for that. And for the second activity, you are done with the individual activity. Let us do an activity by pair. Okay, this time you are going to correct the following sentences. There are sentences that are already correct. That's a trick. And also, there are sentences that are wrong. Okay, I want you to look for those sentences, wrong sentences. Do you understand? Okay, you are going to work with the seatmate that you have there. I assume that you are all in your proper seats. Okay? So I will give you only 10 minutes for this. Questions, clarifications? None? Very good. And for your assignment or homework, but this is not compulsory. It is your choice to do this. However, this is going to be related to our next discussion. I want you to research about the differences between a colon and a semicolon. Okay, so they both look the same, almost look the same. except for some slight differences. So, what are the differences when it comes to their function in a sentence? I want you to answer that question. Okay, so questions for the last time or any reactions about our lesson? None. Good. Now let's go back to the objectives that we have set earlier. Have you recognized and used colons in sentences? Good. Second, have you answered the sentences using correct colons? I mean, corrected sentences using colon. Okay. And lastly, I will ask you this one. Why do you think it's important to properly punctuate sentences? Why? Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, Rodolfo, for your thoughts. You are right. You will change the meaning of a sentence if you change its punctuation. So that's the lesson for today. I hope that you have learned something and you will not forget all of these. So that's all for today. Goodbye, class.